Gavin Newsom, if you're listening to this, you're a failure. Mayors are actually some of the most powerful people in the country. The police are responsive to the mayor. The building code's responsible to the mayor. The homeless, mayors are very, very powerful. So he was mayor of San Francisco. Would you let your son walk the streets of San Francisco unaccompanied at 1 a.m.? No, you wouldn't. I'm sorry. Your son can't walk the streets of the city that you were in charge of. You're a disgrace. Gavin Newsom, you just want political power. You have no guiding beliefs at all. Just leave the Democrat Party. That's my advice to him. If you really want to be in elected office that bad, just leave the Democrat Party and just go run as a moderate Republican and just...
Charlie Kirk just dropped a political nuke on Gavin Newsom, and no, it's not about his hair gel addiction. We're talking full-blown hypocrisy Olympics and a plot twist so wild even Netflix passed for being too unrealistic. If you thought Newsom was just the governor of California, think again. Charlie just turned him into the poster boy for do as I say, not as I do. Buckle up, this one's messier than a vegan at a Texas barbecue.
Wasn't really even sure what I was going into, right? Because at the front end, it was like, hey, there'll be no, gotcha questions. It'll just be a discussion, which was largely true. And secondly, when you arrive and they tell you all this stuff, they're like, oh, his son is a fan and all that. It was so over the top, charm offensive. I was like, are you going to want to become a member of Turning Point or something, Governor Newsom? It was it was almost nauseatingly positive, right? Mm-hmm. That in that way, it was very difficult to navigate. I will say, if you look at Gavin Newsom's numbers, there's a Newsweek article, though. His numbers are down dramatically as far as favorability, trust, authenticity.
If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. It helps more than you think. Charlie Kirk just cracked open the blow-dried vault that is Gavin Newsom's career. And folks, it reeks of $500 haircuts, aged hypocrisy, and a splash of Chardonnay elitism. For years, Newsom has strutted across the national stage like he's auditioning for a GQ spread on how to look presidential while your state crumbles.
One of the things we saw in the last couple of years that the Democrats completely ignored, and your side was basically not acknowledging was happening, was the crisis that young people were experiencing.
Right.
It's the first time in America's history that a 30-year-old is going to have it worse off than their parents.
Right.
It's a breakdown of the social compact.
Right.
They are the most alcohol addicted, most drug addicted, most suicidal, most depressed, most medicated generation in history.
Right.
And the message that was largely being fed to a lot of young people was lower your expectations. You're not going to have the same American dream that your parents would have.
Mm-hmm.
With Kirk, the lights are on and the cracks are deeper than California's potholes. Newsom doesn't govern. He performs. It's all smoke, mirrors, and enough hair gel to deflect sunlight and accountability. California's the stage, the media's the audience, and Gavin is the guy clapping for himself while the orchestra catches fire.
Yeah, I hope you guys retreat.
Yeah, you kind of like the
more
advice.
For us.
You like the advice.
There's no opposition. There's no activist spark. You guys are posting these cringe videos on social media.
What are the videos? What are the ones that are most
this
cringy?
Harmonious thing of 22 senators all saying the same
you
thing.
didn't like that, yeah.
I didn't like it. Go ahead, go do more of that.
What do you do?
Please.
What do you do? Seriously, Charlie Kirk, give us some...
Let's talk about that dinner, the French Laundry. Wine older than TikTok stars' entrees served with a side of arrogance. While Californians were banned from visiting Grandma Newsom was elbow deep in truffle oil and Wagyu beef maskless, soaking in the glow of elite indulgence. Meanwhile, small businesses shuttered, churches locked, and kids took kindergarten Zoom from Starbucks parking lots.
5 months into President Trump's presidency, and a lot of Democrats will state, oh, he's doing this wrong and this. The gas prices are still up. The food is still up. When do you think we will see change?
Well, gas prices in California are up. Actually, across the country, they're going down dramatically.
Okay.
One of the reasons is that Gavin Newsom and Democrats have intentionally done this.
Boo.
The way that, again, it's a little wonky, but it's a refinery issue. You guys have made a decision here in this state to have intentionally high gas prices. And because of that, your leaders here in California, they basically almost wanted to make it impossible to own a petroleum-based, petroleum-fired vehicle. And we want to try to bring gas prices down for all Americans. One of the reasons why I hope that you guys get a new governor
in a $1,200 suit, Newsom tasted foie gras like it was just another Tuesday. Charlie nailed it. This isn't tone deaf, it's a one-man symphony of hypocrisy. While telling others to sacrifice, Gavin sipped Napa's finest with lobbyists who treat ethics like garnish. And after the PR firestorm, he doubled down. Crime's up, quality of life's down, and the only thing falling faster than LA real estate is voter patience. Oh, and he's not running for president while practically tattooing 2028 on his forehead.
My view of him is actually the same, which is this is a guy that wants to be president more than any other human being, I think, currently alive. And it looks as if he's trying to be on the popular edge or the popular side
of the issues right now. The one that's making the most headlines, obviously, is biological men in women's sports. And he said he totally agrees with me, and that's a direct quote.
Were you surprised by that?
I was a little taken aback. I anticipate a little bit more of a politician answer. We'll see if he actually follows up that rhetoric with action, like an executive order or trying to champion the state bill that will prohibit biological men in women's sport. I think he's been a total failure as governor. But
Charlie's point: Newsom isn't leading California, he's strutting a political runway. A little homelessness here, a bit of tax the rich there, while quietly giving sweetheart deals to corporations he claims to hate. He's like Robin Hood if Robin Hood robbed the poor and handed the gold to Google. Education: California spends more per student than most countries on defense, yet kids can't read maps or write cursive. Rolling blackouts come with wind-powered moral superiority.
Diversity. We have people that, geez, they want to go to war with every country that says something bad against us. And then we have people that are far more dovish, like Rand Paul. But that is a better, more, dare I say, diverse picture. You could say diversity is our strength.
The way he finished it. You can say diversity. By the way, he was about to react to it, and I can't see what he does next. But no, I mean, look, I'm so happy that Governor Newsom decided to have Charlie Kirk on, that we got a chance to see this. Good for him. I think this is actually good. Look, don't get me wrong. I can say all this stuff about the fires and, California, net migration, all this stuff. But for him to have the audacity to invite Charlie on, gotta respect it. It made for...
And the media drools on command. Hair perfect. Buzzwords loaded. Blame always climate change, inequality, or whatever's trending, never himself. Kirk calls it what it is: political cosplay. While California bleeds residents and Cash, Gavin is too busy measuring Oval Office drapes. He actually bragged California was a model for America, failed policies, elite hypocrisy, and a campaign in disguise.
How about Gavin or Newsom? The hell?
Oh,
the hell is... who's a better actor? I'm not sure. They're both up for an award.
I was watching him on MSNBC. He's got a new hand motion. I was going to text him. It's this. It's got usually it's kind of this, and then he's doing this. He was doing this thing on MSNBC. He's doing this whole thing. Look, he is the fakest person I think I've ever met in my entire life. So synthetic, and honestly, that's very dangerous, incredibly dangerous. He's the type of person that could just stare, oh yeah, I voted for Trump, and just pass a lie detector test. That is very, very dangerous. Just stone cold, just no inhibitions whatsoever when it comes to deceit or lying or
Don't forget crime smash and grabs like Black Friday without lines. Law enforcement told to stand down while Gavin lectures other states. It's like your house is on fire and you're offering neighbors landscaping tips. Kirk connects the dots. This isn't incompetence, it's a blueprint. A PR machine masking control sold as compassion and equity.
He does not listen, ever. Maybe, is this the tipping point for him? Did you get the feeling he really wants to change?
I don't know. I think he wants to be president, Sean, more than anything else on the planet. I think you can agree he has more political ambition than almost anybody in the Democrat Party. And I think he understands that the entire country is moving center-right and is accelerating at a rapid pace. In fact, we are course-correcting after 4 failed years under Joe Biden and all of the woke stuff and the anti-common sense movement. Gavin Newsom had me on his podcast, and I was shocked all of a sudden where he decided to diverge away from the orthodox opinion in the Democrat Party, which is as simple as saying that it's not fair that a biological man can compete in...
Step past the press conference and you find mandatory compliance, selective rights, and a Westworld-style governing playbook. Speak up at a school board, you're a domestic threat. Prosecutors who enforce laws replaced. Power is taken, repackaged as safety, and handed back with a QR code. The California model, a Trojan horse of virtue-washed authoritarianism.
Gavin wants to be president. So this is him trying to recover from, the damage that he got after the podcast I had with him. Remember, I asked him, what are you doing about transports? He did nothing and all that, and he got a huge left flank. So this is very instructive. How do you get yourself back into the Democrat primary circle? How do you win back support? You let your city burn. Nothing gets you back into the good wishes of the Democrat Party. Nothing makes you a popular Democrat than the smell of ashes and burning the burning city. In fact, remember Gwen Waltz, who said, I rolled down my window after Minneapolis was burning, and the smell of tires was invigorating because it smelled like
people were
justice.
joking
I'm
that
paraphrasing.
Gwen Waltz is booking a
The scary part, it's working. This isn't boot on your neck tyranny, it's Instagram filtered climate posturing while your city crumbles. Disorient the public, make them doubt themselves, then smile like a toothpaste ad while telling them they're wrong. California becomes a warning label the rest of the country mistakes for a recipe.
Charlie Kirk just straight grilling Gavin Newsom in the new podcast they just dropped. This is history in the making. You've never seen anything like this before. Gavin Newsom, the poster child for shitty, authoritarian liberal politics, having an open dialogue with Charlie Kirk, who is the poster child for cringe conservative social media politics. This is insane. And what's even crazier is you can see Gavin Newsom agreeing with some of the logical arguments.
When it collapses, they call it progress. Blackouts, planet friendly. Crime wave, equity. Kids can't read, inclusion. It's like burning your own house down and saying you're welcome while neighbors copy your wiring. Newsom's campaign isn't about policy, it's about vibes. Fail big, smile bigger.
Charlie Kirk had an interview with Gavin Newsom. Obviously got my thoughts, but this clip in particular is very telling.
The worst part though, Charlie, no BS, true story. Literally last night, trying to put my son to bed. The worst part though.
You know, this is so indicative he's trying to run for 2028 presidency, right? And so he's trying to do these interviews. A 13-year-old fan of Charlie Kirk? Yo, we are winning, bro. Like, he's not even in voting age, and it's all in part because of Charlie doing these college tours, interacting with these college students, these young voters. Gen Z, it's conservative. Democrats, y'all be.
But slick talk isn't smart governance. It's polished failure. Charlie's warning Newsom's model is contagious vanity politics hiding incompetence under hair mousse and virtue signals. Unless voters stop shopping for leaders like sneakers by brand and color, they'll keep buying empty boxes. If Newsom weren't in politics, he'd be selling bottled air to tech brothers. The media nods, the cameras pan, and California crumbles under a governor who thinks charisma fixes everything. Charlie Kirk didn't just expose Gavin Newsom, he shredded the illusion. The emperor's not just naked, he's filming a TikTok about it.